Welcome, guys, to another Discord live class. My name is Goro Fujita, and today we have an SXVA character showcase part 1. Without further ado, I want to welcome the participants. Woo! Hey, everyone. Yeah, let's do like a quick intro round. Just introduce yourself, full name, and what you do, and maybe your favorite hobby. So, Stefano.
Hello, everyone. I'm Stefano Bagnoli. I'm a digital compositor working in feature films, and I am a VR artist as well. So,
what's your hobby?
Oh, my hobby. I got too many hobbies, from photographs, playing drums, and other stuff.
Drums, that's awesome. Cool. Neek Saunders.
I'm Nick Saunders, and I'm the lead developer at Studio Cyro, and the developer for SXVA.
Yes, project. Awesome. What's one of your hobbies?
I love going to the beach. I live in Venice, so it's just a walk away, and awesome. We just recently got a surfboard, so.
Nice. You should team up with Lucas Marker.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kurt. I'm a freelance artist. My hobby is playing some video games.
Nice. SXVA, I suppose.
Yes, let's do it. Let's go.
Neek, Diaz.
Hey everybody, I'm Neek. I am the one of the VR painters on the Studio Cyro team, and one of the creators of this community event. And my hobbies are, I had it on me. I like looking up tons of content, like just fun animation. You know what? Sakuga. Let's go with Sakuga. I love me some Sakuga.
Nice. Okay, let's stay with the Nicks. Nick Ladd.
My name is Nick Ladd. I'm also a VR artist with Studio Cyro, and I like VR painting, but I also like real life painting. I like just being outside, canoeing, and outdoorsy stuff.
Nice.
Canadian stuff.
JC.
Hi, I'm JC Clays, and I just recently graduated my bachelor's degree.
Oh, congrats.
And I'm a motion designer. Thank you. I'm a motion designer and also a VR artist. My hobbies are portable synthesizers like these and like weird instruments like the automaton, for instance.
Oh, that's awesome. You should do a stream about that sometime. Gilgamesh.
Hi everyone, my name is Mahmoud Nuruldaim, also known as Gilgamesh. I'm a graphic illustrator and amateur animator. My hobbies are, of course, graphic illustration and animation, and I also collect art books. I have an obsession with collecting art books.
Cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Jari.
Yeah, hello, my name is Jari. I'm from Belgium, and I'm a technical drafter. And my hobbies are making Polaroid photos. And I'm collecting also old Polaroid cameras.
Wow, how many do you have?
Oh, more than 200, I think.
What? That's crazy. That's awesome. You should share a photo of that in the chat. Awesome, cool. Tyler.
Hello, I am Tyler Friedel. I am also a freelance VR animator. For hobbies, I would say probably D&D. That's the thing I spend way too much of my life doing.
Awesome. Ruxandra.
Hello, I'm Ruxandra, and I'm a 3D generalist. And whenever I have time, I like to play games, normally World of Warcraft. Nice. And I'm hoping to get in on the D&D movie that's being filmed in Belfast at the moment as an extra.
What? That's awesome.
Hoping.
Awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, keep us posted. And I like your little AR filter there. That's excellent. All right, Iwaz.
Hi, I'm Iwaz. I'm an illustrator and a sound designer from KL, Malaysia. And my hobby, I like to draw. And sometimes I go out and skate.
Ooh, nice. Skateboard?
Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
Peter Marks.
Hi, I'm Peter Marks. I live in New York City. I'm a VR designer specifically focus or trying to focus on interactive virtual reality. Hobbies, it's summer, so here it's whitewater kayaking.
Sounds fun. And last but not least, Funi.
Hi, I'm Funi. I'm part of the Studio Cyro team. I'm in London. I'm a traditional illustrator, and my hobbies are making music, cycling, and feeding pigeons at a park.
Nice, cool. Thanks for the intro, guys, and super nice to meet everyone. You know, like this is actually our first like real like Zoom call, and it's always good to put the faces behind the artwork. And Gilgamesh, you said amateur animator, but your animations are killer, so you know, don't be too humble. Okay, so basically the way I wanted to run this today is just to show some work in progress or like finished characters and stuff like that, and just do like a breakdown of the characters. And I'm gonna get going and get started and showcase my Unit 7. So Unit 7 was a character I created for a short VI experience. And then, you know, when SXVA came along, I was like, oh my god, you know, I have to bring him to life. And basically here you see some, you know, of the animations that I did for the cycle. I really like the idle animation. So basically I wanted to give you guys like a quick breakdown on how I animated it. It's basically pretty much like, you know, I tried to stick to first to the template that Neek prepared, but it turns out with like thin limbs like this, he starts strobing if there's not enough frames. So I basically almost animated on once, so you can see the breakdown of the animation. So it's like really frame by frame animation, 60 frames per second, so it was like a lot of frames. But I wanted to give like a little breakdown on like, you know, like how I break the bones here, you know, to exaggerate things, you know, and how I animated Unit 7. Oh, let me go back to the idle. So for the idle, I basically did like a grab tool back and forth. That took me literally like less than a second to animate, right? So that was pretty easy. The run was definitely something that was like, took a little bit longer. You can see the detail that I put into it. But it was super fun to bring into life like that. And then here, this is what I wanted to cover, how I did these attack animations, right? So when I do stuff like that, I also think about the character. Like when I saw like Neek's template, it's like a punch, a kick, and a headbutt. But I don't think that Unit 7 would do that. So I would basically think about the character and really think about how would he attack, right? So he's a playful junkyard robot, so he's probably built out of like multiple different things. So while his light punch is basically just like a little jab, I wanted the other middle punch and hard punch to be more playful and more in his character, right? So he has a little door in the front, so I thought, you know, it could be cool if he made like a makeshift like punching glove, you know, that comes out with a spring and, you know, really smacks the enemy into the face. And then, you know, for his hard punch, he built like this crazy gun that comes out of his back. And, you know, like you see that to keep things optimized, I actually didn't have any trapdoors here, but they just come in frame by frame and you just accept it the way it is, right? And then it opens up and this black hole is basically just a black plane, so there's not even a hole in there, it's just like color, but it creates the illusion that there's like a you know, compartment inside. So here I scale the gun up and it gets bigger, and then I also bend it so it's a little bit, it has a little bit snappiness to it. And then, you know, then it becomes full size, so it extends. And then see how I created the charged anticipation and then the explosion, boom. So this is the stuff I wanted to show you guys because this is too fast to actually see in real time. And then this is like kind of like the explosion progression. And you see that I also changed the lighting on Unit 7 as well. When it explodes, he actually reacts to the light. And then he goes back to, this is basically just reversing the frames. And then he goes back to the regular pose. And this is like the jump animation. Again, I was like, he's a junkyard robot, so what would be a jump attack? It would be something like he takes off his head and then boom, uses his head to punch. So you really have to like think about what would your character do, right? So try to always think of it in a way like what is suited for your character design and how would he attack people, right? So moving forward, I think I have, yeah. So again, what would be his taunt, right? It would be cool if he goes into like a real idle mode. So here you can see frame by frame how I did it. Basically, he turns, while he turns, he puts his arms in, and what I'm doing here is I'm just keep deleting his limbs until they're gone, and then I just remove them and create like a little ring here. So I really benefit from frame by frame because I can just remove things and add things whenever I need to. And then he lands. You have a little impact lines here, and then the ZZZ sleeping. Boom, right? Pretty simple, and I do the animation reverse when he comes back up, right? So and the legs, you can see, they come out of nowhere, but you know, when you see it fast, you just accept it the way it is, right? And then AFK, I thought it was cool if he has actually like a little LCD display here that opens, right? So his door opens up again, and then this door is like kind of like a multi-purpose thing, right? And then you can see AFK. So, you know, I had a lot of fun animating him, but you can see, you know, like I changed the way he behaves depending on his character. And yeah, so that's basically Unit 7. So let me go into Sharko. So Sharko is a character that Jono did. Super cool. So he told me he wanted to design a character that looks like it came straight out of an 80s cartoon, and his name is Sharko. I love this guy, so I'm just going to give a quick breakdown of Sharko. You can see his run cycle. I love the heart attack, and then the taunt is ridiculous. It's just so fun. So I can't wait to like see him in action in the game. Let's break it down a little bit here. I mean, this is awesome. Look at those poses. So Jono can't be here because he lives in Melbourne, Australia. So it's like 2 a.m. in the morning right now, so he'll be sleeping. But I thought, you know, his stuff is so cool. I wanted to showcase it. And look what he's doing. It's so cool. And look at the silhouettes. He has like this awesome like smear frame here. And boom! Oh, so good. And then we have the punch here. So yeah, if you animate your characters, really have fun, right? Like for example here, where did he bring out the dumbbell? Out of his pocket, right? This is so awesome. This is just so playful and fun, you know? And just, you know, there's no constraints. Like there's no rules, so you can do anything you want, you know? So just have fun with it. I had like a lot of fun just seeing what people come up with. Super cool stuff so far. But yeah, so this is Jono's Sharko. Super, super cool. Let's watch it again. Awesome stuff. And then let's run the cycles from Unit 7 again too. And that's it from me. All right, so Kurt is up next. You want to go ahead and share your character?
So my character is named Dragonfly. I sketched her a while back, a long time ago. So to just kind of see a progression of her, and this is kind of like a final design. Cool. I got inspired by Jay Chan from Jackie Chan Adventures. And the show, she's a little bit more outspoken, more fun. I wanted to create a little bit more, I guess, like a more serious version of her, or inspiration of her, and just something about like a fighter girl that's just kind of had a little like kid essence to it.
It's
I thought
funny
it was
how
pretty-
your colored version looks almost like dimensional, but that's just a PNG with transparent background, I
yes.
guess, right? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Yes. So this is the idol.
Nice.
This is the taunt.
That's awesome.
So yeah, when she wants to relax, she takes a big.
This is exactly what I meant, right? Be playful, you
Yeah.
know, like what will she do, right? It's of course drinking boba. So this is like the stuff I love, you know. And it would be weird if Unit 7 would do that, right? It wouldn't make sense, but it makes total sense that she does. So this is super cool. Love it.
Well, this is her dash. One frame from the template.
Yeah.
Is that her running?
Nice.
This is a slide.
Classic.
I did make a group of a combination of the jump altogether.
I love that one. Yeah, I saw that in your video. It looks really cool. Can you go frame by frame on this one? Let's see it a bit from the side. Yeah, exactly.
I didn't do a good job.
Oh,
on
look
the
at that. The shoes.
curve. Yeah, so all the smears.
Yeah.
So I did have an issue where my eyes are very close to the geometry and then
Right.
causing some clipping. So from Nick Saunders and Neek to suggest to move it forward, so I did that.
Yeah, I mean, it still looks totally fine. It's cool, like, that the hair kind of creates, like, the speed lines, right? Like, when you do the flip, you know?
Yes.
It's
It's very... The game animation is a lot faster, so I guess, like, how I normally animate, it didn't make sense as much.
Yeah.
They got to work a little bit more, think about, like, few frames ahead. So.
Yeah, totally.
This is a light attack.
Nice.
So for this character, I wanted to incorporate more of a kicking fighting style, I guess, like from Chang from the Street Fighter.
Nice. Love it.
So I incorporated from the jump a little bit, but also just
Oh, yeah,
like a
blowing
high-speed kick.
shoes. Yeah.
Yes. So
cool.
this is the jump attack, but I combined it.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't look as powerful, but
Well, it will look, once you have the impact animations from Neek in there, you know, everything looks 10 times more powerful. So, super cool, man. Amazing.
So yeah, this is a huge pop, but it's so fast, you can't really pick it up.
Yeah, it's surprising, right? Like how the pops don't really matter in fighting games. You know, like even if you go from like a, you know, hit pose to the default pose, it just looks fine. You know.
This is the getting hit one.
Yeah.
It's a little bit fast, but
Nice. You have to follow through there with the hair. Look at that. It's awesome.
yeah. So that's my character, Dragonfly. I definitely want to submit more.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff, dude.
Thank
Looks
you so
so
much.
fun.
This is super fun to watch. Yeah. Next up is, I believe we go with Gilgamesh.
All right. So my character's name is Berserker. I basically wanted to create that hidden character that like you have to beat the game to unlock, and he'd be like off screen. And if you go into like the character info, it all says unknown, unknown, unknown.
Nice.
So yeah, it's basically this mysterious warrior trapped in living armor. Is what I wanted to go with. Start with the idol, just breathing slowly. This is all done in with transform keys. Except for the hair, of course. The hair, I got the idea from Daniel's video, the animated effects.
That's cool.
Right, so this is the AFK. He just kind of looks around.
So basically, you animated everything with transform keys first before you baked it, right?
Not everything. I used a kind of a combination.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
This is all transformation key. Yeah.
Except the hair.
This is actually the torso and kind of the pelvis were done with transform.
Freaking
But
love it.
everything else with stepped animation.
So again, I can't say that enough, but you know, like the way Gilgamesh created the run here, it's like suits the character, right? Like if he would run like, you know, Unit 7, it would look super weird and awkward. But, you know, he has weight and he's big. So this is really, really cool. Good job, man.
Right. It's very feral.
Yeah.
So cool. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really cool run cycle.
Yeah.
The jump. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's the jump animation.
Look at that.
So with the light attack, the first one I made, I didn't really like very much. It was just kind of like a jab. It didn't really fit his character, so I created kind of like a scratch.
Ah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Much better.
Fits his character more.
Look at that, like the way you switch from one frame to another, right? From that to this is like, it's crazy how it works. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing how you can pack so much information in just a couple of frames.
Yeah,
the anticipation and the follow through.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get that timing down, then yeah,
it's killer.
It's just right.
Yeah.
It's the medium attack. He has a sword, so I had to make sure at least like a couple of his attacks use the sword.
Oh, so good.
That's awesome.
Let's see it in real time. Oh, nice. And frame by frame again.
So cool.
Can you do frame by frame again? Oh man, look at that. I love your follow throughs. It really makes the swing so powerful. It's so cool.
Thank you. All right.
Boom.
We have the heavy attack.
Damn.
I love the smears.
So cool.
It's the slow down version.
Wow. Nice.
All right.
Man, this move would be the perfect one to like where you can add your own VFX and we would totally accept it 100%. You know, like if you make the ground kind of like break up and stuff, that would fit so well with it. It's so awesome. Yeah, man. Such a cool attack, dude.
This is the jumping attack.
Nice.
Sweet. Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, so here in the first frame, he's already holding the sword, huh? And it will work, right? Like you don't have the grabbing animation.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's clever.
All right, and finally, the taunt animation, which is my favorite.
Ooh.
It's a combination of Zato from Guilty Gear and Venom.
Oh!
Epic.
Yes!
That's awesome.
Can we see it from the side as well?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, his hair becomes massive and kind of his little cape thing.
Super cool, man.
Slaps in the wind.
Can't wait to see this in action.
Me too.
I only have the getting hit animation left to do, and of course the special effects.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my character.
Awesome. You're almost there.
That's great.
Almost there.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. Next we go with JC, but we have some sound issues, so let's make sure not to talk while he's showing the video, and we can talk again when he's back on camera. But JC, if you want to go ahead and share.
All right. I'm not gonna introduce it, so just enjoy the video.
Awesome. Super awesome.
That was awesome.
Yeah, so cool. Awesome. Jari, you want to go next? If you need time, we can go with some.
Yeah.
Okay, how about
I can go after.
Okay, let's do Stefano Bagnoli.
Okay, so I want to show first a bit of reference for my character, so I can put it play, and we have his silhouette turning around in here. So I try to make a funny character. So I thought it would be cool to see a chef, let's say that, and these are one of my reference I took from the idea. So let's say we got Mario. We got this very chef from the Muppet shows, because this is really fun, and he has his fluffy hat that I thought it could be a really fun things to animate and use on my character. And then we have the chef from the Little Mermaid, but I think he's a French, so I want to make an Italian chef, let's say that. And so since as I just watched the latest Pixar animation, Luca, I really like this character. He's a cat, and I think his name is Machiavelli. And I really loved his mustache. So I tried to put a bit of everything, and also I took inspiration from Wario from obviously Smash Bros. And this is what I came up with.
Nice.
Okay, so basically, this character is a very, very angry chef. He heard that someone wants to steal his secret sauce recipe, and that's why he's fighting in the arena. So that's the very quick, short story behind him. Yeah, I can show you just in a sec the wireframe mode, because I optimize a few things, but I've kept more geometry in his lower body in here and in his hat, because I thought that this element could be funny to animate and could give lots of movement in during his attacks, let's say that. So the first animation I can show you, it's still a whip, could be, yeah, the idle one. So let's remove this one. Okay, I tried to put lots of character and feeling and emotion on this chef. So as you can see, he's really angry, is upset, and is quite stressed. So he's not trusting anyone. He's looking around, and for creating this animation, I combined both the grab tool with the rigged character, a proper rig. So that's why I've used lots of nested folder. So for example, his left arm is just moved with the grab tool, but for his right arm, sorry, yeah, I've made we got in here right arm and then his hand, which is moving everything with a heat transform frame. And for his hand and his head, I used the puppeteering with the recording on. So we have a mix of control by hand movement, grabbing movement, and based on a rig. So I think this technique could work well for this idle animation.
Totally.
While instead for the attacks, I've made a frame by frame animation. So I got in here only two of them, the light one and the medium. With the light one, okay, so we got it's really fast. I'm going to go frame by frame, but as you can see, he's starting moving his arm, and then he's this part in here is quite moving. He's adding here his hat, and when he punch him with his wooden spoon, his arm getting bigger, and then couple of tiny movement while his main position, and try to keep him quite still. And then he get back, and when he get back, I made some animation on his hat. So I tried with the skirt and the hat to give him a bit of more movement.
Follow through, yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, and his expression also is changing, but for now his eyes are like this. So I think I'm going to animate a bit more his facial expression. But in the other hand, he got his pan and he don't want to lose anything of it. So it's just like trying to keep this and punch with his other arms.
Nice.
And the medium one is, I think it's funnier and still in progress. So basically he's attacking with his other arm. And in here, he's going with a full, his pan is getting bigger, as you can see. And then, bam, right here. And then he stay few frames with this position, moving slowly. And then he get back. Same things here. I try to make some movement by grabbing the head, the skirt, and he's also is changing his leg position. So creating some sort of speed up for the movement. So you get back 1 frame and then 2 frames and then start the attack. Oh, awesome. I think you see there is a little bezel in here. So I really want to add more details on this animation. So I think I go with adding some effects that could be maybe some sauce coming out from the pan.
That would be awesome.
And then I think it could work. And then same things here. I got some clipping issues. So this cheek here is a bit far away from the geometry. Also this. But I think it will work. So
you need custom sounds for this. You need like those metallic clang sounds.
Honestly, that's what I was thinking about. I'd like to record maybe some few voice and adding a couple of sound, but I don't know, maybe it's something we can work on it, on other release. I don't know how it will
for
work.
SXVA Volume 2, it's like all sound focus or something.
Yeah, I think it will work definitely on this one.
Super cool.
And then that's it for now. So
awesome.
Then I got the heavy attack. That is a secret yet. For the jumping one, I thought that something he could grab his frying pan on the back, put this thing here, and then do a smash from the top. And I can just show you last things could be this morning I start working on the taunt, but it is not ready yet. But I was thinking to work a bit on cliche, so I've kind of rigged a bit in here. And what we got, I think I can do something like a very Italian gesture that could be fun for mocking the other part. So I think this one, combining a bit his arms, his fingers, and his other pan in here. So he put the wooden spoon in here, and then it's just mocking the other fighter and say, "What do you want from me?" And something like that. It could be fun, but it is still a whip.
And the AFK can be like drinking cappuccino or something, right?
Oh, that's a good
one spoon of his soup. Eat one spoon of the soup.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, he could totally taste the soup. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that could be a good one.
You will never taste this soup.
yeah, that could be that could be the thought one.
For later, like for SXVA Volume 3, where we do super combos or something, he can drink some of the soup and then he turns into like this giant cook or something like that.
Wow,
that would be awesome.
I want already the Volume 2 and 3 then.
All right, awesome. Cool. Thanks, Stefano. This is awesome. Like looking forward to the finished character. Peter, would you be ready?
So I had a character that I started with as part of a Quill scene. So let me just sort of take you through it. If you live in the States, then you're more than familiar with this parade that we have, and Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving is like this really important holiday for us. So there's a really big parade in New York, and there are all of these balloons that happen or that come down and they have floats and balloons, and it's really like a huge thing. And there's thousands or hundreds of thousands of people lining the streets to watch these things happen. And I kind of was thinking about this guy, Santa Claus, as my main character for that quill piece. And I wanted to just sort of have a dramatic scene where they lose control of him because of the wind. So the wind picks up and, he flies off and that was my quill scene. So let me switch to that and I'll take you through it. So this is the original quill piece that, had this sort of the development of the character. So that was sort of the genesis of the character, and I like to sort of carry my characters forward and just sort of see what else I can do with them and develop them a little bit more. So I thought, well, what happens if he floats away and everyone just forgets about him? So what happens with Santa? And I thought, well, he's going to come back and he's going to be really pissed. He's going to be a really angry, bitter Santa Claus, and he's just going to be a destroyer when he comes back. And so that's what I created with this character. I came back and said, SantaCon is now this object of mass destruction. And so instead of showing the quill scene, I'll take you into a test scene that I built. I do a lot of work in so it's easier for me to just take a look and see what it looks like in Quill. But this is my general scene. You guys will, I'm sure there will be more discussions about Unity at some point, but I'll just take you through this. And so part of what I wanted was to come up with a character that you think might be friendly, but in reality is not.
Oh, you have him working in your scene.
Nice.
So run around and kill people. So that's his run attack. And then if we do a jump attack.
Great camera.
He's just pushing people over.
And then if we do a couple more, so he's got a bit of a heavy attack here. So this is his heavy attack where he just takes some whirlwind swings. But it's even more impressive if he does like this, and he just can spin around and just beat the hell out of anybody. And then for the final jump attack, which is really his powerhouse. His jump attack is really it. So he can just take on everybody with the jump attack.
Dang, okay.
Body splash.
This is awesome. Nice job.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I just love that he can just tear him out. So that's the character.
Super cool, man. Super unexpected. Looking good, Peter.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty, just sort of a carry on. And again, I think he's nice, but in reality, he's just going to kick everybody's ass.
Super cool. Awesome. Iwaz, you want to go?
Yes. Let me just share my screen.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm really new to Quill. So before I started this challenge, I kind of just created a concept for my character.
Super
and
nice.
I wanted to create a wizard and I just wanted to play with simple shapes, so it's a lot easier to, I guess, build in Quill. So yeah, so this is just kind of like the starting point, and then I still have a long way to go, but this would be so this would be my idol. So he's just chilling there, kind of floating around.
Nice.
And then Dash would be him just riding his stuff like a skateboard or like one wheel.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like I also wanted to make a floating character, you know, like that. That's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of fun to play around with the stuff that he has.
Yeah.
And then when he's running, he's actually just riding it, like a normal wizard would do, you know.
I like those speed lines. That's gonna look awesome.
Thanks. I was wondering if I should keep it or like.
I think so, because if you think about, you know, this whenever he's moving, you see those. I think that's gonna be really helpful.
Oh yeah,
cool.
definitely. Any kind of effects like that will pretty much transfer 1-to-1. Yeah. So.
Oh, sweet.
It'll look just like that.
All right.
Keep it for sure.
Okay, so then when he's sliding, he'll just turn into like a triangle.
Oh, cool. That's so cool.
Awesome. That's so fun.
So I guess you guys would maybe have like a what do you call it, like a trail, right, in the game, or is that something that like?
Yeah, there's going to be cloud poofs and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And those will be standardized for each character.
Right. I didn't put anything for slide, but like VFX might just get an overhaul in the end. I'll probably kind of like look at how all the characters are kind of coming in, and then I'll just try to like figure out like what's a nice like all-encompassing VFX for everybody. But I'll try to see how we can make it work for, you know, certain people's animations so it doesn't stand out as something weird. But yeah.
Cool, sweet. All right. So then I haven't done any jump. That's kind of the next thing I need to tackle on, which is jumping, falling, and landing. I do have the attacks.
Nice.
And so for a light attack, he would just like use his stuff to hit people.
Love it. It's like bad boy.
And then with medium, I kind of just want to use everything else around as well. So then the crystals actually is the one that he's hitting. So and then with heavy attack, so he himself just turns into like
this is so cool.
A shape and just like, you know, hit people.
You know what? Because you have those diamond shapes, I would almost like expect like some impact effect. Like even if Neek has like a standard impact, I think it would be awesome to have some of those smaller pink elements just doing the impact.
Blowing up.
Yeah, blowing up. That would look pretty nice, I think.
That would be cool to add.
Yeah.
But I, you know, again, because I'm really new to all of this, it's like you can see like it's very janky. I've got a lot of like broken things that I may have to rebuild if I have the time.
Well, you know what? I mean, that's part of it, right? Like if you didn't point it out, like nobody would notice that stuff. You know, it's so fast, and I love how playful you are with like really thinking outside of the box, just changing the character completely into just a geometric shape. That's super cool. So.
Yeah, and it fits into his character because he's like he plays with magic. He can transform himself.
Yeah.
So I haven't done jump or getting hit, so that's kind of like where I am right now.
Super cool. Awesome.
I do have a question though. Sorry.
Yeah.
So with like, I know that we have to sort of design the frames to get back into an idle position, but do we have to create a frame that transitions from idle to the attacks or to the run, to the jump?
Not really. So like you don't start every animation off with like the first frame of the idle. You can pretty much jump right into the move. Say for example, you're doing a heavy attack I've seen some characters do like it's like they snap right to a hold position that is just completely different from the idle. Say like their hands are like kind of like their elbows are like down their sides. They're doing like a Goku pose, and that's how they're starting it off. And then they shoot something that's a viable thing to do in fighting games. So you can do whatever you want to start it off. But if you want to create some transitional logic, that's fine too. Because at the end of the day, like it's about like kind of like what you're picturing about your character that you want to make sense. You can break it, or you can kind of create like a flow network of poses and stuff.
Right. Okay.
For example,
anything you want.
Yeah, the way I did it is like that every cycle kind of is like the previous frame to the idle position. So basically, like it's for the beginning, it's one frame after the idle position. And then to go back, it's like one frame before. So I did it like that, but you saw in Gilgamesh's example where he's actually already holding the sword, in the attack pose, which works totally fine, where it just jumps straight from like falling or idle position into a different one. And it will work because it's just like a very quick animation, right? So.
Right, okay. All right, so that means like all these light attacks, heavy attacks, I can just like delete the first frame and just jump into the next action.
Totally.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Yeah,
good job, man.
Good stuff, man.
Looking good.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let's go with Jari then.
For my
Do it, Jari.
So I did the same that I showed in my first stream. So just here, this is my idol.
Nice.
It's like I cannot wait. I won't fight like this. And AFK, I have done something a little bit slower. It's on twos.
That's awesome.
And I love those deformations. And when you go frame by frame, I love them so much.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah, this is the back and forth. And here, dash is just my run animation. This was so fun. I love it. And
borderline creepy.
Reminds me of the Worms games.
Just grab with a grab tool.
Can you go frame by frame on that one? Can you?
Yeah.
Can you show it frame by frame? Nice. Somebody said like it would be awesome if you would run with your mustache.
That was after I did this already.
No, this is super cool, man.
I love it.
Awesome.
And when I put it in the test file here to the run test, I loved how well grounded he was. I love it. So let's see. And when I look here, when he's on the ground, that wasn't. He's so grounded, so well grounded.
Awesome.
So it was lucky, and the slide is also nice.
This is hilarious.
Dude, it's perfect. It's so funny. You've made the Andros like face boss into a playable character. It's too good. It's too good.
Yeah, and here's the jump.
Nice.
A little bit of stretching, also with the grab tool.
Yeah.
And a little bit here.
So what you could do there, Jari, in the squashed thing, like you see that he's losing a little bit of volume. He gets smaller, right? So it would be good if you actually stretch him also sideways when he's getting squashed. So here in this frame, right? Just stretch him also in the in all directions. Stretch him also sideways, horizontally, right?
Yeah.
So that would help a lot.
Like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
That is really cool.
Thank you. And I wanted to show in the run cycle how I did it. Maybe I can go in the character.
It's like a class.
Because I wanted to show what I discovered when I go in the grab tool animation, and I can go like I can grab it and then go frame by frame when it's already in here, when I have my frames set, and then I can go frame by frame and set it like this. It's not, so I don't need to play and then grab.
Yeah.
That's too fast. So that's a quick tip or something I learned when I did my run animation. Light attack is just boom, 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 boom with the head.
Nice.
Also just grab tooling. Was super quick to do and super fun. This is my video attack. This was set also with a linear.
Oh, nice.
So trippy.
Love it.
So this is your character here. It's on the larger side of the scale, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 45, I think. No, it's the smaller size of the characters. If I show the dummy, it's a smaller dummy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You see?
I thought it was like a huge head.
That would be hilarious. Super disturbing. A giant head running around.
The full-size Jari with the body would be a huge character. But this is just a fraction of its power.
Yeah. We could, after when we, implement them into the game, we can play with the scale a little bit, Jari, just to get it to the size that you want. Yeah.
Yeah. You can do this. You can fit it in.
Yeah.
And here's my heavy attack. It was more wind up and then like boom, double push. Yeah. Bing, bing. Nice. I love it. And the jump attack, I love them. This too. Maybe I have it here also. The test jump. With the jump test. With the jump fighting test. Where is it? What's this combination? These three.
Oh, nice.
And here they are fighting each other.
That's awesome.
This is amazing.
You may kiss.
Yeah, you should put lipstick.
That's so funny. Self-love. It's a very good thing. Very healthy.
It's awesome.
Love it, dude. Too funny.
Thank you.
Can't wait to
jump
have a game with all Jaris. Just.
Oh yeah, everyone is just Jari.
Yes.
Jari lobby. That's so funny.
I have a
little... nice.
Oh, cool.
Alto. This is my jumping attack.
Nice. Also, I have to say, Neek, your impact animations are so awesome. I love them.
Yeah, I love them.
Thank you.
And my taunt was this. Just a little whoop. Floating balloon.
Nice.
It was fun. I'm going into the second character now, and thank you.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for showing. Tyler, you're up.
my fighter is Collie. She showed up as an NPC in my D&D campaign. The actual character build was heavily inspired by Katana from Mortal Kombat, because I love the idea of war fans being used as weapons. So I took this outfit that I thought was really cool. I wanted something kind of form-fitting because she's very dexterous, very fast, very agile, and this kind of bird motif, and put it together into this really, really crummy sketch. So when designing her, I took a lot from her character in the D&D campaign. She is a shifter, which means that she is humanoid, but she has traits of an animal. The animal is a raven. She comes from a place where shifters are not viewed highly. They are viewed almost as like pit fighting people. They constantly throw them together into these like arenas to fight for entertainment. And they were making her brother fight, and she decided, no, that's not going to happen. So she basically went on this crazy fighting spree and beat up everybody, and she left her home. But to remember her family, she took a feather from each of them. She's the only one with black feathers. Her family has white feathers.
This is awesome, man. Like I'm so impressed by the fidelity and how you can keep it under 50,000. I mean, I know you're at the limit, but holy crap! Like, good job on that. It looks really clean.
It was hard. She was nearly, I think it was 150, and I had to bring it down. A lot of it is actually in the hands where the bandage wraps are, because those lines, they add up. I think the hands and feet individually are like, I think that's where most of it still is. The ponytail is pretty big too, but
beautiful.
Nick, I saw you were sad that Kurt's run for his character did not have a Naruto run. Well, there you go.
Nice,
dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, so a big thing with her character is I want her to feel incredibly aerodynamic, because what's funny is so in D&D, monks can run really fast. They get bonuses to movement speed. They're extremely quick runners. The kind of shifter that she is, she has a natural ability to change her form to grow extra feathers and become more bird-like, and it lets her run even faster. So I was all about just speed for her. I want her to seem super fast, super agile, super aerodynamic, especially with the fans, because Katana in Mortal Kombat uses them to do like all kinds of these crazy wind attacks. And I don't know, I love it because Katana's badass, Collie's a badass. And
can you quickly show before you go to the next frame by frame, just from the side?
Oh yeah,
it looks beautiful.
Yeah, it was a lot of kind of curling the feet in almost like a bird to keep it that way. The legs were also really heavily inspired by like chickens, because they have their kind of poofy or feathered legs, and then the actual feet are, the ponytail is really fun to do because it's very real flowy.
I also love the subtle movement you have going on in the arms. Yeah, the offsets and the follow throughs of the arms is beautifully done.
Thank you. Sadly, I only have one other one, but it is her light attack, where it is just a really quick jab with her fan.
Oh, nice.
Let me see if I can. Yeah.
And let's look at it from the top. I think you had a perfect arc there. Tyler arc. Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Yeah, her fan actually folds in just because I was having a lot of problems getting it to come back. Like, because they're so wide.
Yeah.
So she would basically cut it through herself, which it's so fast you can't tell, but it bothered me, and you know me.
It's kind of cool though that it closes halfway and stuff, like it would be nice if the taunt animations have stuff where she's actually closing it and opening it or something. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I definitely, because they're meant to kind of be also used as daggers, because once it's closed, they're sort of like a knife, which is also drawn from Katana from Mortal Kombat. I have an idea for the taunt of basically her going into her bird form, which means like feathers coming out of her arms, eyes turning kind of a completely black, because that's weird and birds are like that. Something I want to play with too is constantly have like feathers falling off of her as she's doing these things and moving really quickly.
That would be so cool. Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
It's a little tricky because I tried it with the run, and because it's such a quick loop, like if I have a feather come out, it's pretty much coming out immediately after.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So-
you need like, the intervals to be like double the run cycle or something.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's something that I think I'm going to try with enough. I think it might make sense anyway.
Yeah, I think the run doesn't necessarily need it. It might be cool, but you know, like I think in attacks and stuff, it would be nice to see some effects. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still even considering because the attack felt like it didn't reach out far enough, and I kind of want to have the little arc almost shoot out a bit and come forward further. But you know, still playing with it.
Yeah, you can actually. Did you change the scale of the hand a little bit? You can also make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
On the impact, I think
Might play with the fan getting a little bigger.
But let's appreciate the face for a second. If you get closer to the face, like it's just so nice. Look at that.
Yeah, I learned a lot in making faces from Danielle's stream, and I kind of took everything I've been doing with the previous Inktober with the D&D things, and I'm like, okay, I can't go balled out anymore with the geometry of getting every facial feature done because.
Can you show the wireframe actually? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at that. So low res.
Nice. Very clean. Very clean.
Super clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, Tyler. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, me too. I need to get working on it more. This week's been bonkers, but yeah,
you
I'm
have
excited
like
to...
2 weeks.
Yeah, no, I still got time. I'm sad because there's another character I want to get into. I've been listening to Big Iron so much. And I've been wanting to make like the Arizona Ranger and Texas Red both as like echo fighters of each other, just so we've got some crazy Western cowboy guy. But yeah, that's pretty much Collie.
Beautiful.
What I got so far.
Good job, man.
Thank you.
All right, Ruxandra, do you want to go next?
Yep, let's go.
This is so fun, guys. So cool to see all the progress.
Yeah, it's just it got crazier and crazier with everyone turning in a fighter one after the other.
Yeah,
I was just getting happier and happier, honestly.
Yeah, it's like Christmas every time you see like a new challenger.
So this character is meant to be a sort of mix between a mage and a druid, I suppose, because of the whole moon celestial power. And honestly, I just wanted to have a lot of fun with it, and I wanted it to feel a little bit mischievous. So I played a lot with facial expressions. So it's kind of like a goblin, I suppose. And yeah, I think so it's not that heavy.
It's good. Yeah, you almost beat me there. I'm at 12.
This is the wireframe right here. So it does look heavy. It's because I wanted to still maintain the arches in her arms and still be able to do a little bit of like squash and stretch.
Yeah.
And it's really small, so it doesn't really add too much.
It's pretty impressive how you kept it this small with this amount of detail.
Yeah, it has a lot of flat brushes, flat brush strokes. So I was actually able to add in quite a lot of detail in there, I think. Yeah, so this is the AFK, idle AFK animation.
I love that one.
I really wanted to have custom facial expressions because I think it works very well with her since her head is so big.
Yeah. Nice.
And let's skip ahead a little bit. That's just a dash. I made her look a little bit angry. Yeah, so this is part of the jump animation here. Maybe I should have left the grid open so you can...
Yeah, we get it.
Again, I wanted to play a lot with like her eyes and her mouth and stuff. This is the light attack.
Nice.
This is the medium attack. I actually was planning attacks that were much bigger and more caster sort of suited.
And you need more frames, right?
My first tests were insane. You could not tell what was going on in there. I had to scale back so much. sort of try to make sure it looks okay from all sides.
Yeah, super cool.
I think this one is my favorite.
The hard attack? Yeah, heavy?
Yeah.
Super cool.
So what happens here is that she creates a moon and then infuses it with more power, making it bigger.
And then smashes it.
Yeah.
Boom! Nice.
So cool.
I like how it disintegrates into the opponent. Super cool.
Again, her facial expression there midway. I thought it added a lot of character, so you can't really see those, but I think it does add a lot. Sort of get her energy behind each move. I quite wanted her to come across as a little bit evil as well, because I think it suits her character, and I think it'd be fun to have a more villainous type of character in the roster.
Well, we have Gilgamesh's. This is like the serious villain. This is the cute villain.
May they never meet. I've seen Gilgamesh's attacks. I do not want to be on the receiving end.
Yeah, you want to team up. You want to team up with the bad guy, like with Bowser and Baby Bowser and all those games. Yeah.
You know, when we have a block animation, Neek, if we have that at some point, I could imagine Ruxandras to become like an ice cube to block attacks. That would be awesome.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Yeah. Like a shield option.
Exactly.
That'd be so fun. Yeah.
I wanted to add a shield whenever she gets hit, but then again, I didn't think there were enough frames in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we need the shield for the block, right? Like you still need to get hit. you and Kurt, you guys have to do it at the same time.
So expressive. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, and here is just a little compilation of some of the animations. And here is the animation train of abilities.
Super cool.
And yeah, that's it.
Beautiful.
This is the last thing I wanted to share. I made a filter for this character, and it's the one that I'm using right now. If anyone wants to use it, you can scan this. If not, that's fine.
Awesome. So Ivan had a question how you did it. I just messaged him that you did a stream about this. What she is using is actually the Snapchat camera, Ivan. So she's using the Snapchat camera as a webcam, correct? And that's how you can put the AR effect in the webcam. So she shows everything in the stream, so make sure to check it out if you want to learn about look at that the crown, how to use these effects in webcam.
Nice.
All right.
The character also.
Yep. That is so cool. That's awesome.
She said to smile with you.
Oh, nice.
And also, whenever you speak, if you open your mouth, she's all like bored.
That's awesome.
Dude. That is so awesome. I love that. I'd love to mess with that.
Love the creativity that's going on here. All right, Funi, you're already in VR. You want to just take it over?
Let me just share. So I was actually doing my taunt animation.
Multitasking.
Mm-hmm. So this character, basically, I created this character for Soda Island, but before Soda Island was even a VR series. It basically represents procrastination or like time wasted on the internet, because internet was the god of Soda Island. It's this big router that sits on top of a mountain. And yeah, procrastination is his like nemesis. And yeah, keep in mind I'm not an animator, so I just tried to have a go at this because it was super fun. But my animation are pretty choppy. So this is my taunt. Basically, time stops and it's like, hold on, I gotta move.
He's pointing at his wrist.
It's pointing at his wrist, like yeah, time is running out.
He done pointing on his head.
Yeah.
He's making fun of us.
Oh, I love that.
His animation is just grab tooled, as you do.
Nice.
It's just wiggling about.
Mode.
Love it.
I had to animate the arms and this little thing on a separate group, and then transfer key to make it loop, and then I had to move every time he moves, I had to put a keyframe so I could follow the movement with this thing. It was quite tricky to do, but it works.
You know what I would have probably done is to do everything still and then bake the clock movement and the wind-up movement on top, and then you do the grab tool.
Yeah, I did that at the end. I had that moment of lucidity.
Oh,
it was
I
a
can
bit
do it
late.
easier.
I did it, yeah. So yeah, this is just the frame for the dash, because this is silly run.
Nice.
You can see that here I had to bake it so the clocks aren't, they're just looping with the animation.
That's kind of cool because it feels like the impact make the clock go crazy,
Yeah. So we had the slide. I'm not sure why it looks like it's ice skating, but
I mean, that's cool.
We have a jump.
Nice.
I think it's lacking the transformation key to move it upward. This is the falling. This is the landing. Pretty simple. Then we got the light attack. So for the light attack, it basically grabs the minute arm and use it as a knife, I guess.
Cool.
And then put it back. For the medium attack, you just throw a big kick in the nuts. As you do. There's some wiggling on the legs. I think it's pretty funny. It works when it's looping.
Awesome.
Then we have the heavy attack. So for the heavy attack, it basically grabs his own head. It takes it off.
Oh, we did the same thing. Awesome.
And it smashes it, yeah. And we got some pieces coming out from the neck. And then
you should make a little bit of glass break too.
Mm-hmm. I made the glass for the getting hit.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
And then the jump attack is the same thing. It grabs both of these, just the arms, and just stab from above, and then it falls down. Put it back in. And yeah, the getting hit is just bounces back, and then some pieces of glass crashing out.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And yep, I think that's it, right?
Super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Got it in, dude.
Yeah.
Got all the moves in.
Yeah, nice. I think next we have Nick Ladd.
So my character, because I run a YouTube channel called Animbrush Academy, and this is a character I created a tutorial for a long time ago, just explaining how to make a simple animatable quill character. So his name is just Demon Kid, or just Kid. So and I think this was actually the first character that went through the pipeline of making a character for this competition, because I got the file from Neek and he wanted somebody to do he wanted somebody to stress test it. So I went through first, gave him some feedback, and so I played it a little bit safe with some of these, but generally speaking, followed the guide and came up with this. So the idol, basically I wanted something just kind of twitchy. He's like ready to fight. He's looking around, sizing up his opponents. And I did a nice little like offset animation on his hands. So he would, just kind of make fists. He's ready to punch somebody, basically. His taunt, I made because he's like maybe another character that could be friends with Ruxandra's character. He's kind of like, he's a kid, but he's also got like a bad side. He's a little demon. So he's got like an evil flaming taunt where he it's kind of like he becomes possessed almost by like a more powerful demon.
I can hear this laugh.
Yeah. So yeah, this was as you can see, there's some Animbrush here for the fire. These flames here are just a looping fire animation I did with kind of the Danielle fire technique. And then I colored the body when he goes up to kind of have like a flaming glow. And then the rest is kind of frame by frame. The laugh, I just kind of tooled it up and down to get that little laughter. The run, not my favorite run, but I wanted him to go kind of forward, kind of as like a bull, because he got these horns, right? So I wanted to kind of look like he's charging at you and going to just kind of impale you with these spiky horns was something I was going for. And so this is just a pretty normal run cycle. The only real difference is he's kind of diagonal for his head. My favorite parts was doing the attack animations. So it's like this, just as a quick thing. So
cool.
Like this. So to break them down, his jab is just kind of and you can see how fast it is from one to the next. I just called it hot hands. And basically, he's just making his hand extremely hot and then kind of burning you with it. And I also did little kind of embers coming off of it.
Awesome.
So the idea, was just, you're gonna get hurt if you get hit by that hand. I wanted to do an attack using his hand like this because the idol kind of suggested it like this. He's basically amping himself up for that hot hand attack. So definitely needed to have him use his hands for at least one move.
Super cool.
And for the hot hand, it's like this, and then the medium attack is basically making use of his horns. So as you see, like the horns are curved normally, but for this attack, I actually elongate them forward just so that they have a more piercing effect. And you can also see that for the impact, his entire head is actually getting a little bit bigger.
Nice.
And then it shrinks back down. And then the horns also kind of go back to their normal shape a little bit. And then as he returns to his idle stance, they kind of completely go back normal. And for the last heavy attack,
that's my favorite.
Yeah, I think it's one of my favorites too, where he just again, he channels that inner demon. He kind of huffs and puffs in. And then I also kind of colorize him a bit so you can kind of feel the heat and the fire building up inside of his mouth. And then he basically vomits out like a fireball. There seems to be a missing frame, but hold on, I'll just fix it right now. Yeah, so he basically does just a fireball that then comes out and then kind of swirls around into a little circle like this. So as a combo, the three moves back to back work like this, and I'm pretty happy with them. I think they're fun, and they play to his kind of devilish nature.
Super cool, man. I like how he changes his facial expression for the heart attack.
Here too for the heart attack. Yeah, he kind of the same as when he does his taunt. He goes to having kind of black eye sockets and red pupils. Just again, kind of he becomes more demonic for those few frames, and then he goes back to being kind of a cute kid.
Super cool.
And my favorite attack is his jump attack, where he pulls out a slingshot. It's just so fast, but basically,
so cool.
The swirl follow through really carries it right at the end. It's so fun, dude.
Yeah, so it's such a fast thing where, because I only have a few frames to do it, but I'm I want him to use a slingshot or a yo-yo, one or the other. I wanted him to have at least one of those things. So yeah, he pulls it out. I designed it to kind of have these hot ends, and then it kind of is maybe burning wood almost. And then it's already got the fire on it. So he just pulls it back. He only has one frame of pullback, and then it shoots a big fireball that our game doesn't have projectiles, so it just kind of goes right in front of him, and then it just kind of swirls in a little circle. Meanwhile, you can see on the slingshot itself, there's a little bit of follow through.
I also love your right hand. How the hand changes to from a fist to spreading hands after he shoots. That's very effective when he lets go of the rubber. Yeah, there. That hand pose, the silhouette just really helps to sell it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it would be better with a few more with a few more frames just to kind of hold properly. But I think for the context of the game, I'm glad I was able to get in a slingshot. I think it's more fun than him having done like a kick or a punch up here. Just something, just a little prop. I think it's a fun animation.
Holy, the swirl looks a bit like the Firefox icon.
Yeah, it does. So, yeah, I mean, that's the character. So, yeah, if you've ever watched the Anibrush Academy videos on my Gumroad, I have one that specifically goes into building this character. So I think some people might even have a copy of this character on their computer already.
Also, it's in the SXVA file too, right?
Yep. Yeah. So anybody that wants to get an idea of how he's made, you can find him in the file. And yeah, if you ever wanted to do a test animation with him, just feel free. So the version I showed in my tutorial video, the one that's on my Gumroad, I actually used a more heavy method of building him, but for the challenge, I remade him so that the head, for instance, is just a simple sphere instead of being like a heavy lathe. And this part of the head too is just like 3 of those spheres kind of looped. And I showed that in a video I did recently, but yeah, for the purpose of the game, I made him a little bit lighter than he was before, but generally he's the exact same character. But yeah, that's him. That's Demon Kid.
Super cool. Thanks, man. You did it super fast too, man. Like first weekend, bam. So
he did it in 5 hours.
Yeah, he was done. He was a speed rush order. I did it in like a few. I think I did it in like 5-6 hours. Just straight.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, you flex it, man. You flex it.
All right. So Neek, do you have anything to show, or is it still a secret?
Yeah. I got some updates.
Okay, let's see it, and then we ended with Nick Saunders.
Okay, so you guys have seen your little tutorial buddy that's in the file. This is Pint, and basically what I get to share with you guys today is kind of like it's like basically me showing you guys that I'm going through the same challenges that you guys are going through, because man, it's all a challenge, right? Like this character was originally kind of like 250k, so I had to turn this one into something smaller, so I had to optimize him as well. Got him under to like 40. If I really wanted to get nitty gritty, I could definitely make the sweater work a lot better and get to like 26. But that was a good practice. Getting the optimization down for your character, like once you get that already, it's so, I don't know, it's such a nice feeling to like prep your characters for that. But besides Pint, we also have Ace, and where is Ace?
Is Pint? I think I asked you already, but is he based on? Like, is it like a self-portrait?
Honestly, they all kind of are. Like I used to be in a rock band, and that's actually kind of what I was going to segue into. Is that I decided at some point that like with their aesthetic and the fact that they're different type of like rock dudes, I wanted them to be part of like the same band. But then I was like, all right, well, we have two characters I want to clock in before the deadline. But I wanted them to like at least have kind of like that Blink-182 trio where like one plays drums, one plays bass, one plays guitar. Nice. So Pint plays guitar, Ace does bass and backup vocals, and then I wanted to get a new character who's the drummer in the band. And
she's so cool.
Yeah. She's so fun. So she's a raccoon. He is an unnamed species. I don't know what he is. We'll figure him out later. And then Ace is a crocodile.
I totally thought he's a cat. Right.
Right? It's like
it's totally a cat.
I think maybe the running joke is that you don't know what he is, and he gets offended when you ask.
That's funny.
So that kind of like helped me out with their archetypes a little bit, because I wanted to make the short guy named Pint, who's like an obvious brawler, into like a heavy hitter, Ace into like some kind of like mid-tier, just like normal vanilla speed character, and then Styx is like a fast nimble type, so she uses like the sticks and like runs with like a little agile touch and stuff. So we'll get to them like, later on in the deadline. But for now, what I have is just some like kind of like the starting approach that I'm going to do to all three of them. So for example, like the idle pose is pretty much the best way to start this off because it kind of let me know what I want to do with all of them. So
and are you saying you're gonna have 3 characters by the deadline?
Oh, I really want to. Yeah. That's almost like a non-negotiable for me. But this is his idol.
Oh, it's so cool.
He rocks on. He rocks on, and he's constantly listening to his tunes. It's kind of like Baby Driver, like from that movie.
Yeah.
It's like he's got his tunes. He's not really paying attention to the action until he needs to. So he'll open his eyes for like the moves and stuff. But did some offsets, did some hair flops and stuff. This was honestly, I spent the entire night on this. Like this was really brutal. Like I wanted it to be a lot simpler, but like the more and more I looked at all the stuff being stiff, I was like, all right, we gotta move it. What else? So I clocked in that, and then I also clocked in some movement. We got some movement for him. So the way Ace runs is that he grabs the little lollipop that's in his mouth because he's always on guard and ready to use it. So, and he kind of charges, kind of like with like a side eye look, and you can see that his body always faces this way because it's like he's kind of like in like a charge motion and stuff. And like I said in the tutorial, like if you look in the like frame data, you can toss in a down, and I wanted to show what that would look like. So this is kind of like what that's like with it. It's got a little extra spring in it. Come in from this side. There you go. He's coming in hot. There you go. And then a little rock star slide, I guess.
I like that slide.
And then besides that, I also got in what else? The heavy. That was the last major thing that I got right in the end. This one's a little nuts. So I kind of paired it with the idol so you can see how. So like since you don't have enough time in the early stage for the wind up for him to kind of like grab the lollipop and have that make sense. That's why I made him grab it early so that he can kind of like always dictate to the viewer that Pint's about to pull something out, and this is his move. And he goes back.
So
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, and I love this attack. It's so weird.
That's his heavy, right?
Yeah, this is his heavy. Yeah, I skipped right to the heavy just because like I wanted to envision all the heavies for the characters first, because and then go back down the line. So I kind of know what I want to do for this heavy. So and then I know what I want to do for his medium, his light. Starting from this point, just to kind of create like the gradient from the coolest thing. And so he takes it out, a little bit of a candy slop, spins it. And then a little snap into formation, and then toss in a little bit of like grab tool. This part goes on ones, so he goes crank and wow.
So cool.
And then I'll go frame by frame on that.
Is that intentional at the bottom?
Yeah. So it's like basically he wields his guitar from his lollipop, and this is kind of just like The lollipop weapon is just something that I've always wanted to use on a character, and I finally found it with Pint. Little candy. It's kind of got like a little monster touch to it. And when he hits, kind of does a little glow hit.
It's like his tongue becoming the speed line.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that tongue, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it was fun because like the way I started off this whole animation was really with just two. The first thing I drew was this one. I just had the idea that I really wanted him to do like a batters up pose with his guitar, and then everything else kind of wrote itself after that. Like I think the next thing I drew was this hit, a little electric distortion, like crunch sounds or whatever. Yeah, and that's that's just kind of the vibe that I gave the dude. So there you go. That's where he's at. And now, what I want to do with all three characters is just kind of sync them up in a way where in the idol, like he does his count. He does 4 counts in his idol. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so will the other 2. So they're all kind of like in sync. And then when they initiate their taunt, Sticks will go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they all like whip out the guitars and bass and start jamming. Yeah, I thought that'd be fun.
Super cool.
Some kind of like, synergized thing going on.
Question: how are you going to finish that all in 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, I know, right? And make a game. Yeah, I know.
No, but it's super cool, man.
Thank you.
Super hyped. Cool. Then we arrived at Nick Saunders.
All right. Here we go. So, yeah, we have some exciting updates.
Yes.
For the people that have submitted already, those are in. And I've also got VR controls ready and we're working.
No way.
So I'll put the headset on.
Nice.
Oh! Oh, yes.
And so, yeah, we got the touch controllers in there. And yeah, we can.
Oh, wow.
So we have a little bit of a
Oh my God,
change
so cool.
to inputs, and I think it's going to be a lot better. So basically, you can push A for light attack, trigger for medium attack, and your heavy attack you can now charge up. Oh, I don't know why I didn't show there, but and you can kind of combo them into each other. The hit stuff is not working just yet, but yeah, and I can also
Man, it looks so cool.
switch through all of them
On the fly. Oh!
Oh, cool.
Oh my God.
Nice.
I love Sharko.
So here's an example of the charging. We're gonna have to figure out a solution, and maybe it's just I go through and put it on the right hold frame for everyone's, but
So you can actually hold the charge for heavy?
you can now, yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Wow.
Nice.
It's funny how the physics seem different, like depending on how the characters are designed, right? Like it feels like some feel heavy.
Right.
It's interesting how that works. Oh my God.
I'm just going to run around. I don't going to fight, just run. Nice.
Oh, this is so good. Wow.
So
Awesome.
we're also adding
Cool.
an air dash that you can kind of
Oh,
get out of a
that's so
tight
cool.
spot, and we just use the same.
Almost like a double jump.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, so awesome.
So cool.
Oh, and then we
This is
also
gonna
have
be
taunts.
so insane, guys.
You can spam your taunt, Nick. There you go. You can also
That
jump.
makes me happy. Yeah, dude, you guys, man. Oh, let's go.
He's
That's
missing the
awesome.
dummy,
Oh,
man.
you turned into the dummy.
Yeah, for the stuff he's missing. Oh man, my computer's having a hard time streaming and VR.
Oh, it's so good though.
Oh, that's so cool.
It looks like you need more frames on your ending.
Yeah. It was still missing like how it returns to idle. Like I was still kind of working on that.
And I love
Gotcha.
that poofy jacket. It really emphasizes the silhouette.
What happened?
Really cool.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, Ruxandra.
Cool.
Oh my God, I can't wait to play this.
Oh, hers works out perfectly for the charge.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah. She holds it when it's large. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Did you add like a shaking to the charge?
I did.
Nice. Yeah, it works with it.
So nice.
Yeah. Man, you guys have no idea. Like Saunders is trying so hard to, because he's a melee nerd, so he likes like when the feel of the character is extremely nuanced, and you're like, you do little last minute touches with the joystick, and it gives it like a special glide and stuff. He's putting in so many like little sleeper extra bits, just because we're like huge Smash nerds. We love tech and all that type of stuff.
You can cancel your
so good.
your upward momentum by doing an aerial, so
nice.
You can do little short hops.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh, I love how the glow lines work. Oh, you jumped into the camera with the head that was on. Wow, I love how you can read the face. Like, he looks really angry. It's awesome.
Yeah, you get a lot more information than you'd think.
Yeah. Wow.
So cool.
This is super hype. Amazing. I like that you can now hold the cannon. Like, you can actually see it in the chart.
Yeah, I was asking, I was really begging Nick for that one, because it's like I wanted to bring more to what you guys had already done, right? Like the moves are there, the data's there.
Yeah.
If we can do more with what's already been animated, then it keeps creating its own value. That's totally what we were heading for. So
Gilgamesh will look so crazy in here. Gilgamesh, did you use the bigger scale or there's a smaller scale?
It's the bigger one.
Nice.
Awesome. Nice.
Because so far I think you might be the only one who used the bigger one. So that's going to be awesome.
Santa Claus is big too.
Ollie's big.
We gotta make Santa Claus big for sure.
Oh yeah,
that's so funny.
Angry
Santa Claus is big. Hey, one question about one thing I did with when I was testing out, I did a continuous loop. So I was able to just hold down and just let him flail continuously. Do we have that option, or is it just it's a move and then you move on to something else?
Yeah, it's a move and then it's something else.
Got it. Yeah, I just need my animation. If I set it up correctly and how I want to with the moves, you may be able to do a combo of these. So we'll see. Yeah, I had like a running and spinning, swinging. That'd be awesome.
Right.
Question though, is Santa Claus then part of the villain squad?
Yes, absolutely right.
Evil Santa. Oh, it changed into the Sharko. It was awesome. Oh man.
So his would be a couple frames earlier. Would probably be better.
Right.
The hold.
This is so good.
Yeah. If you all have an intended like charge pose that you want us to use, you can let us know, and we can just do that in the Unity inspector.
It would be awesome. I mean, that's for later, but like for example, if Unit 7 has the gun out for the charge, like if you can actually make it glow during the charge, that would be so sick.
Yeah.
Or like any guy that charges, that you have some gauge or something that starts charging. But,
or if you guys, so is there a frame count that you are doing where the charge would be? Is there a specific frame?
Right now it's for 60 frames. You mean like what frame in the animation?
Exactly.
Right now it is at frame 11, and that's just based on the dummy, right before the dummy attacks.
Right, like when he's like fully head tilted back, that's where we put it. But again, we can make it specific to what looks best for your character. We can talk about it together and be like,
it's perfect for that.
Oh yeah, for him it's amazing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Are we still doing medium attack charge, Nick?
I haven't set it up yet, but I think it would be pretty cool. we can try it.
Right, like you can charge medium attack to a certain degree, and then like the heavy gets like a bigger dose of hit. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Beautiful, guys. That's incredible.
No, but thank you to everybody who submitted up until this point. Like, this is definitely it was made with the intention for anybody to come in. You don't know much animation, or maybe you do, but like even then, it's still a challenge, no doubt about it. So the fact that there were so many submissions up until this point, like halfway through, so awesome. Like,
yeah, I mean,
honestly,
seriously,
thanks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work you have to put into it, and this is just a testament on how easy you guys made it to understand a complex matter. So like huge props to you guys again, and your tutorial, Neek, is just like a masterpiece itself. Like, and I don't just say that; it just I watched it and. It needs to be like a short film. It's so comprehensive. It's so well narrated, and it's just so good. Like, and you make it as easy as possible for people to contribute, and being able to see Nick Saunders demoing the stuff here like that, it's just like pure magic. So I'm really stoked for next week's stream where we can feature more people. And Neek, maybe you can give an update then, and Nick Saunders, you can do the same kind of thing where you guys go last, and then show the progress. And we'll have all new people in our next call. Super, super inspiring to see all this work. And thank you guys for participating and for sharing your work. And I'm looking forward to next week. This was freaking awesome. So congrats to you guys. Like, this was amazing work, and
thank you.
Looking forward to see all your finished characters, and see you guys next week.
Awesome.
All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.